Hello, this is Amanda from Willow and Pip. Welcome to my channel where I take you behind the scenes on my small business making soap and candles. Today is Sunday afternoon. I thought I would be in my soap studio a lot sooner than now. It's actually about 6:30 p.m., so much later than I typically am. I usually start my day off here early in the morning before the kids and family are up, but today got away on me with a number of different errands and things I had to do. So nonetheless, I'm here now. I have poured two of my Oasis soap bars yesterday, and they've set up overnight, and they're hardened, so they're now ready to cut. So for those that were following along last week and the week prior, you know I am behind on my soap making. So again, my apologies if it feels like there's a lot of videos of late about soap making. It's because there is. I am behind on soap, and once again, when I am behind on soap, when I'm behind, I always prioritize my soap because it takes the longest to cure. And so I like to make sure that if anything in my soap is out of stock, I always make it first before I move on to bath bombs, candles, shower steamers, lip balms, any of the other products I make, because those other products are a lot easier to turn around than soap is. So for that reason, it kind of feels like I make all my soap in bulk, and then I don't make soap for a few months, and then I go back to it. And it's kind of good in a way, I suppose, because you really start to refine down your processes that way. But that's just my workflow. I was actually sent a message recently, so I've had a number of people reach out over the last little while, but of late this new message as well, asking to make dish bars, like a solid dish soap bar, where you take like a scrub brush or whatever and get some froth or lather going, and then you do your dishes that way. And so I'm kind of strongly contemplating it. I've kind of looked up a couple of recipes for it, and I have the stearic acid and citric acid, which are most often the common ingredients that I'm seeing in these recipes. Anyway, I've never tried it, but I would be curious to see if any of you fellow soap makers out there do carry this in your line, and if you do, any recommendations you might have, how it sells, if you use it yourself, just anything at all. But I do think it's one of my next soap endeavors that I'm going to try out here, because customers will tell you what they want. It has been my experience. You just have to listen to them. But I always listen to them with caution. So if I try making a solid dish soap, I will definitely try it in a small quantity, test out the market, see if they sell before committing to anything larger as far as buying bulk ingredients or ordering I make my own soap labels, so I guess there's no harm, no foul on that, but you get my point. I don't like to buy large batches of ingredients in case it ends up being a flop, and then you've wasted all of that money up front for an unproven result. But yeah, that was kind of my most recent customer reach out. I did get a message from one of my retail shops that they are needing a candle restock. So they gave me some ideas of what they're out of. This one retailer is pretty laid back. They don't always ask specifically. They'll just say, "Oh, I'm out of candles. Give me some more candles." But this time they did specifically give me the kind that they're specifically looking for, as well as just a general restock. But with this information they've given me, I'll just make sure that the kind that they're asking for, I just give them extra of that. So I think after this last batch of soap here that I'm doing now, we'll take a little hiatus on soap making and go into my candle inventory and start putting together that restock for that retailer. So that'll be later this week, which I'll share if we get there. Again, I was sharing last week that my candle stock is actually quite healthy. I have a lot on my candle shelves. Candles like completely ready to go. So I'm hoping that restock just goes essentially by me picking out existing rather than having to make a bunch. But either way, I'm game. So I'll just do that. If I do have candles in stock, like pure, like already cured, already labeled, I potentially could do a delivery for her on this upcoming Saturday, which would be pretty cool. Because that would be a nice fast turnaround time for her too, which I always try to do. So I will get to taking a look at that stock pretty close to probably tomorrow night will be my next opportunity. And then if I don't have it in stock, I'll just get to prepping my candle jars accordingly and get to pouring so that I still may be able to deliver on Saturday. We'll see how the week goes, if I'm able to keep time reserved for my business, or if my personal life starts demanding more of me, then I guess that'll dictate that. Okay, I have my little offcuts here. So with the end pieces, I just cut them into 3. At the very end, here we go. Put those aside to cure, and then I'm just going to do the stamping. There was a time I didn't stamp my soaps, but I would recommend it because if you think about it, once they get your band, the soap band or whatever packaging you package your soaps in off, if you put your business name on your stamp, it'll last with them a lot longer, and then hopefully they'll come and buy back from Willow and Pip or whatever your soap brand is. It is unfortunately an extra step you have to do, but it does go pretty quick once you get the hang of it. And I think it's well worth it to get the repeat customers and that brand recognition. And honestly, I love the look of it when it's all said and done. I just think it's the coolest. I think it really finishes it off quite nicely. Okay, excellent. So these are just ready to go onto the curing trays, and they will sit for about 4 weeks. I'm really relieved to be able to get over to some candle making. I have been doing weeks, it feels like weeks and weeks of soap, so it's such a nice change here to give a bit of a different focus. I am making 4-ounce tins. These are actually a new release of mine that I've done a bit of a soft launch with. I have just started stocking these in 2 of my retail locations, one in Kincardine and one in Southampton. I don't have these listed on my website yet. So I'm really excited for these soft launches to see how those retail customers react. And eventually I will get caught up and do photos and put these on my website. The fragrances for these candles actually coincide with some roller fragrances that I have also soft launched at these retail locations. So I did 6 fragrances and just again, just matching. So I did the roll-on fragrance oils in 6 different fragrances, and then I'm just matching the candles. The size is new for me, so I typically do an 8-ounce amber glass vessel. I'm really curious to see how these 4-ounce tins go. I have the opportunity, of course, to expand into my regular line, so I'm kind of excited here to see how I make out. I'm just finishing up here for the week. I really appreciate you turning in, and if you'd like to see more content like this, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It really helps me grow as a small business and get found on YouTube. That's it, folks. Thanks, and see you in 1 week's time.